Hello, I am Endlessness and welcome back to Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis, and in this video I'd like to give you a guide for Sephiroth Solo Crash 3. Crash 3 Sephiroth has gotten some upgrades from FF7 Rebirth where he could do Octa Slash followed by Octa Slash Prime immediately after. So here he does that too, so now you have to survive 2 Octa Slashes back to back. And every time Sephiroth charges his Octa Slash it will deal a little bit more damage. And Sephiroth's second charge attack is Shadow Flare, which is a magic attack, so you also need some magic defense to survive it. And Sephiroth also has sigil phases, so you need all 3 sigils, circle, triangle and X, as you'll need to break 8 sigils from each type. And later on Sephiroth will have a diamond sigil phase, and you need to break 5 diamond sigils, so it's easy to do with 3 ADB attacks. This Sephiroth gave me a lot of despair, and I honestly didn't think I could clear this battle, because after hours of attempts I managed to run out of time while Sephiroth still had some HP left, so I thought it's impossible, but then I managed to get my first clear with 5 seconds left on a timer, while Sephiroth was almost done charging his final Octa Slash, so I was just praying for my last attack to connect before that, because he had less than a pixel of HP left. And also, this battle made me remember my EX3 clear during the original Sephiroth Crash, which has been my biggest clutch that I barely managed to clear, and this Crash 3 was exactly the same for me. And personally, I consider this possibly the toughest battle in the game, and if it was any other boss, most likely I wouldn't have cared, and I'd be fine missing those 200 crystals, but it's Sephiroth and I had to clutch it. So bring your strongest DPS, and elemental DPS is preferred as these can hit stronger if you stack some elemental potency, and Glenn is a very popular DPS here. Then have Angela's tank with Provoke to tank those Octa Slashes, and if you have Angel with his limit break gear you have it much easier because it's easy to survive double Octa Slash at the beginning of the battle. It becomes much harder later, and Angel's war weapon applies fail every time he uses it. And yes, there is another alternative, and you can just time it by preparing 5 AB with Aerith and heal quickly enough just after that first Octa Slash. And it is possible to clear the battle without Angel and Provoke and have Aerith tank everything, and then you can have 2 strong DPS, but Aerith would have to be the lowest HP and have a very high physical defense to be able to survive. And I tried it, but I couldn't get physical defense on Aerith high enough. But yeah, this is my team, and I'm using Angel for Provoke and to tank those Octa Slashes. Aerith is my healer and Cloud is my DPS, and I honestly had to squeeze out everything I could with my stats, and Cloud has my best physical attack materia, Angie has my best physical defense materia, and I was already low on brands, but now I'm broke. And yes, my issues again, no camera, and that's why I have Bandage Sword on Cloud to buff magic defense, which also lowers his DPS, while Angel can buff physical attack, but it requires 2 casts, and those buffs have a very short duration. Aerith has Bahamut outfit with Birth of the Earth, Baharut for heals, Citric Wand is just to buff ice damage on Clouds, but that region can also be helpful, Princess Guard, and then Aerith has X-Sigil simply because my best PDF triangle is on Angel, single target cure in heal slot, and this is just a stat stick, and then in sub-equipment slots Aerith has Terra Rod for HP and buff debuff extension, and 2 guild weapons, one with physical and then with magic defense for allies. So Aerith has 14.6 HP, 5.1 heal and whatever she got for defenses. Angel has FF6 crossover outfit and Ad Astra, Stolen Integrity for HP and it buffs physical attack and defense, Type 90 Longsword for Provoke and PDF boost, Ultimate Longsword, and then Triangle Sigil and 2 my best physical defense stat sticks, and in sub-equipment slots, Shark Slayer for HP and buff debuff extension to make his physical attack buffs last a little bit longer. Gale weapon with physical defense for allies, and Bahamut sword to boost Cloud. So Angeal has 19.6 HP and the highest physical defense I managed to give him, and his magic defense is just under 200. And if you bolt on Angeal's limit break banner, you'll have it much easier because his banner weapon applies provoke and veil, and having that veil makes it much easier to survive and the battle will be much safer. Lastly, Cloud has Ice Arcanum outfit with Shiva, Stream Saber for DPS, and Bandit Sword to buff magic defense, Ultimate Buster, Circle Surger in boost slot, and 2 my best physical attack stat sticks. And then in sub-equipment slots, Cloud has Enemy Launcher for some physical ability potency, Holy Flame Gloves and Bald Eagle to max out physical attack and boost ice potency. So Cloud has 14,000 HP, 11.2 P attack, and his defenses are under 200. So at the beginning of the battle I'm going to buff Cloud's ice damage and also physical attack, and with Angeal you could do provoke instead, but I want to buff Cloud's DPS as much as I can to avoid the second Octa Slash and just go to the sigil phase, because it's very close for me, so that's why I'm just doing it. But here with Angeal, provoke immediately if you haven't, because now Sephiroth is searching for a target and Angeal has to have it on. But as soon as you reach 7 AEB, you can start attacking. And you always want to deplete this force gauge. And on those Octa Slashes, the first one is the normal one, and there's always a few seconds delay, so in between those two, if you hit fast enough, you can heal. And this is pretty much you could say the trick to surviving, but on the first ones you don't have to do that. But here you have few seconds to do enough DPS to skip the second Octa Slash and just go to the sigil phase. It's pretty much just those 3 attacks, and then if Sephiroth feels he got enough damage, he will switch to sigil phase. It's pretty much a DPS check. But the thing is, every Octa Slash buffs his physical attack, so at some point you will not be able to survive those Octa Slashes, and that's why you want to rush through them as quickly as you can. But here, just try to do as much DPS as you can. And there's Shadow Flare coming, and Shadow Flare always inflicts despair, so our limit gauges will build up slower. But also before Shadow Flare, always do your magic defense buff, because at least for me, otherwise Cloud will die. But because Shadow Flare debuffs how fast your limit gauge charges, I just want to get rid of that Shiva. Also it's no point to sit on it, because it's free damage here. But after Shadow Flare I always like to use Aerith's Limit Break to heal, to help healing, so I don't have to use that much AEB. But after that Shadow Flare it's always Octa Slash, so always watch Angeal, so he is always provoked. And we'll be fine. On those first Octa Slashes you don't have to heal in between. But at some point, at least for me, when Sephiroth is at half HP, I'll have to start healing in between those two. If your Angeal has a weapon with Veil, it definitely is easier to survive. I made a small mistake, that's I used my weapon abilities when I didn't have to, but I was just wanted to make sure that I don't get into another Octa Slash. But here on those staggers, I always try to heal and do some damage, and after this there will be a Shadow Flare, so just be prepared to have enough AEB to buff your magic defense on your character. And here I don't have Aerith's limit break, so I'm just saving her AEB and trying to take as little damage as I can, because I won't be able to double heal. So here, immediately, and with Angeal I'm trying to, even though he doesn't do much damage, I'm trying to not sit on his AEB. And we'll be fine. Cloud is now fully buffed, so... And also, yes, I could use Ad Astra, but I personally am trying to save it if I am in an emergency. So for example, now I don't have enough AEB with Aerith, and there is double Octa Slash, but I know at this point Angeal will not die, so I don't have to heal in between. But if it was later, I would just hit Ad Astra for this Veil, for him to take less damage. So yes, normally I don't recommend sitting on your fully charged limit breaks or summons, but in Angeal's case it's just my failsafe. And that's another Shadow Flare, so make sure you have buffs and everything. But yeah, those Shadow Flares are a little bit annoying because you get that status that slows down your limit and summon gauges. And of course there's Octa Slash coming, so make sure that you are prepared. But yes, this battle is stressful. But here, at this point, I'll see how much Angeal takes. Yeah, I'm healing here. So you have those few seconds, but you have to be very quick. Because yes, that there is lag and everything, but you have this small window of time to do that. And after this Octa Slash, it will be required, at least for me in my case. If you have Angeal's weapon with Veil, it'll be much easier. Oh, sorry, it's actually Sedate status, not Despair. It's the same thing. But yeah, just double heal, because I want to be able to buff the attack with Angeal, and he has to be above 70% to do that. It's pretty much timing everything. You don't want to sit on AEB, but also if you have to, you might want to. So you don't run out of buffs or anything. But yeah, as you can see, every next Octa Slash deals more damage. So it's not only a DPS race to deplete that force gauge and everything, it's also to be able to survive. Just heal Angeal. And after this, I think there will be Hell's Gate and Archangel. I wasn't able to switch to defense on this, but it's fine because Heartless Archangel, it will lower your HP to 1, and after this there will be a Diamond Sigil phase. It's easy because you just have to use 5 3AEB moves, so you don't really have to sit on AEB, on full AEB here. But I'm going to heal with Aerith to make it a little bit easier for me, and it's just easy with 2 or 3 characters to break it. But also Angeal's provoke has worn out, so I have to reapply it because after this there's Octa Slash. It's a stressful battle, yes. And actually, okay, Ad Astra tool. I don't have to use it, but I'm getting close to killing him, so why not? Plus Angeal will actually take a little bit less damage here. But Veil would be incredibly helpful. Because that's, well, at least from the limit break it's 20%, but the weapons have like 8-10%, so it's always something that helps you to survive. Without Veil, I would have to heal in between. But actually, yeah, let's do this. Okay, I managed to do that, because on Hell's Gate you always want to switch to defense. Because at some point you could die. Also, don't be like me and don't try to do weapon abilities to do damage, because any damage doesn't go through during those diamond sigils. And this will be... okay, this is Heartless Archangel, so just like at the beginning of the battle, it's single target attack, and just after this there will be Octa Slash coming. So the same character will get targeted, so try to heal him back to full. And actually this is very good because Angeal's Veil is almost up, same with Shiva. So regardless, I can use both of them. Just one more. And actually, let's go all 3 for that extra damage, because, well, Sephiroth is close to being dead, and I'm pretty sure I can survive without Aerith's healing break. If Sephiroth wasn't so close to being dead, I wouldn't have used her limit break at all, just to save it for later. But I'm pretty sure I can finish him off without any issues. Heal here between, otherwise Angeal is dead. And actually this is the last Octa Slash I can survive with Angeal. The next one I can't, he will die. So I have to finish off Sephiroth before that. Oh no. Ah! I made a mistake. I accidentally switched to offense just a little bit too quickly. But make sure you have that magic defense here. That was clutch, but that was my mistake. I thought Hell's Gate already gone off, but it did not. But yeah, now is the Octa Slash coming, and my Angeal can't survive that. I could use Veil on him if I didn't use it before, and he would die on the second one. But you want him to at least survive that's the first one, because then your 2 characters are dead. But also, when that timer is starting, you have 2 minutes, so after this it's just DPS race, but also that Octa Slash will kill one of your characters. At least in my case. But yeah, that's the whole Crash. The ultimate boss, if I might say. But yeah, it's full of despair. And it's very tough. But I hope you find my guide helpful. And good luck on your clear if you want to attempt it. But But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next one.